Hey, this is Scott from PhotographyBonsai.com. Today I'm talking about the Nikon 50mm f1.8 G lens for full frame cameras. Of course, it does work on all of their cameras. It has a motor inside. That means no aperture ring with a G-type lens, a plastic type material surrounding it, manual focus autofocus switch, which is nice to have when you need it. Focus ring is not too bad, a decent amount of travel, rubberized, and it has a little window that shows distance scale. Aperture 7 blades on there, not too bad as I go through the range. Turtle focus, which is great. The front element does move back and forth inside the lens, as you can see. Here's a shot of the back. See the aperture blades again throughout the range. It does have a gasket on the back suggesting that it has some type of weather resistance, which is nice to have. Minimum focus distance is 1.48 feet, which is not great. See, it does have some chromatic aberration at f1.8, color fringing. At 5.6, some of it goes away, but it's still there. Distortion wise, there is some distortion. You can see I'm flipping through the ACR profile back and forth. At f1.8, vignetting is also there quite a bit as I flip through the profile on and off. Here are a bunch of example photos. I always use a UV filter, or I should say most of the time. Just keep that in mind. So I use it quite a bit for cosplay photos. It's really great in so many situations. I can't complain about this lens much at all. I mean, there's so many options for 50mm, but this is a nice price, and I've done so much with it. See different styles of photos here. You've got close-ups, distance, group shots. Really, so many options with this lens. Documentary style, you name it. Not too large, few inches in size. So it's great portability-wise for a DSLR package. Like I mentioned, I've used this lens for many years. It was actually the first lens that I bought with the Nikon D600. And throughout that time, it's pretty much my go-to lens for many situations. It's held up relatively well over the years. Here is a quick focus test so you can hear what it sounds like. I enhance the audio slightly. It's a 58mm filter thread. As I mentioned, I use filters almost exclusively. Probably a good idea in this situation because internally the front element moves back and forth. With the hood itself, it's still not that large. I don't use the hood that much, but it's there, and I'm sure it helps a little bit with image quality. So keep that in mind. Even with Nikon itself, there are quite a few new options that you can consider. You've got the 1.4G, you have the 1.8D, and the 1.4D. They all have their own pluses and minuses. The D lenses, of course, don't have the motor inside. That's probably the biggest change that you have to keep in mind. If you're using one of the more high-end Nikon bodies, you can probably get away with a D lens and save a little bit of money if you want. Otherwise, I really like my 1.8 G lens. I think it's a nice mixture of all of the features and the quality. It really works well, it's consistent, and it's a great normal lens. So that's the Nikon 50mm f1.8 G lens. Thanks.